Don't forget to subscribe and turn on the bell icon so you never miss the next part. That line had become my fixed welcome at every family gathering. Plates were still being set on the table when Dad said it with a laugh. A soft wave of chuckles spread around. Mom placed a dish down and smiled, the kind of smile that isn't support, just agreement. Kids should look at him for motivation to study, Dad added. Everyone laughed. I did too, slightly, controlled, as if it didn't matter. To them, I was an example of what not to become. I left college. I don't talk about work. I don't visit often. Simple conclusion. Useless. Dad looked straight at me. So, started any work yet, or still just thinking? All eyes turned to me. This is the moment people defend themselves. I didn't. I'm doing a little work, I said calmly. How little? 5,000 a month, Uncle joked. Laughter again. I smiled, only on my face. And I realized something. When people try to put you down repeatedly, they're not convincing you. They're convincing themselves. Dinner was served. The topic shifted to weddings and promotions. I ate quietly. Uncle sat across from me, silent, observing. For a second, our eyes met, as if he understood something. After dinner, I stepped out to the balcony. Laughter floated from inside. Cool air brushed my face. I took out my phone, glanced at the screen, then slipped it back into my pocket. A strange clarity settled in. I had never been interested in proving them wrong. I had just been busy living my life. From inside, Dad's voice rose again. Someone needs to make him understand. Life is serious. This time, I smiled for real. I walked back in. No one even noticed I had stepped out. I straightened a chair, looked at everyone, and gave a normal smile. I'll head out, I said quietly. Stay, it's family time, Mom said. I shook my head. Got work in the morning. Dad added a jab. Yeah, big businessman. I smiled and walked toward the door. No one stopped me. No one asked anything. As I closed the door behind me, one thought stayed in my mind. Sometimes people think you're small because you never tell them your story. And I decided. I still wouldn't. Time didn't change how they saw me. But it changed how I moved. After that dinner, I stopped explaining myself completely. I didn't argue. I didn't correct anyone. I didn't try to fix my image. I just disappeared from conversations that didn't build me. To them, I was still the same. The dropout, the uncertain one, the joke of the family. But outside their attention, something very different was happening. I started small, but consistent. While they assumed I was wasting time, I was learning. While they were discussing me at gatherings, I was studying systems, observing people, understanding how value actually moves in the real world. No noise, no announcements. Just work. Weeks turned into months. My phone calls reduced. My presence at family events became rare, and every absence quietly strengthened their belief that I was lost in life. Meanwhile, something shifted in their world too. I started hearing small updates through indirect conversations. Dad's business partner dispute, a financial delay in one project, tension rising over money decisions. Nothing dramatic at first, just cracks forming under things that once looked stable. But I never reacted. I never said, I told you so. I never said anything at all. At the same time, my own life was building structure. The things I was learning started turning into real outcomes. Small wins first, then consistent ones. Enough to change how I saw myself, even if nobody else noticed yet. Still, I stayed invisible. Because I realized something important. If you rush to prove people wrong, you stay trapped in their story. But if you keep building quietly, you eventually become your own story. One evening, I was working late when my phone rang. Unknown number. I almost ignored it. Then I answered. A pause. Then a familiar voice. My uncle. The same one who used to sit quietly at those dinners, observing everything without saying much. You don't talk much these days, he said. I replied, there's not much to say. He was silent for a moment. Then he said something strange. I think you understood something earlier than everyone else. I didn't respond. But I felt it, that moment where truth starts to rise slowly, even before it's fully visible. After that call, I didn't sleep immediately. I just sat there thinking. Not about them. About timing. Because I could feel it now. Something was building toward a point where silence would no longer be enough. They were still talking about me like I was behind in life. But I had already started moving into a place they hadn't even looked at yet. And I knew. It was only a matter of time before the gap became impossible to ignore. This time, the family dinner didn't feel normal from the moment I walked in. No laughter, no casual jokes, no dropout comments. Just silence that didn't belong to comfort. It belonged to tension. My uncle had called me earlier. His voice was different than usual. Just come, he said. Tonight you should be here. I didn't ask why. I just came. When I entered, everyone was already seated. My parents greeted me, but their tone was flat, like they didn't know what version of me they were about to meet tonight. I sat down quietly. No one touched the food. Even Dad, who always started dinner, was waiting. Then my uncle arrived late. He didn't smile. He didn't greet anyone properly. He just placed his phone on the table and sat down like he was carrying something heavy. That silence changed the room. Mom looked uneasy. Everything okay? He didn't answer at first. Then his phone lit up. A notification. Then another. Then a call. He didn't pick it up. Dad frowned. If it's important, answer it. My uncle finally spoke, low and steady. It is important. That's why I brought it here. He turned the phone so everyone could see. At first, it looked normal. Messages, updates, numbers. But then Dad leaned in. And his expression changed. The color slowly left his face. My uncle didn't rush. He let them read. Names, deals, confirmations, work my father recognized instantly. Things that didn't match the image they had of me at all. The same table that used to echo with jokes now felt completely still. Dad finally spoke, but his voice wasn't strong anymore. You never told us any of this. I looked at him. Not with pride. Not with anger. Just calm honesty. There was nothing to tell, I said quietly. That sentence landed harder than anything else I could have said. Mom looked down for the first time instead of looking at me. No smile. No comment. Just silence. My uncle leaned back slightly. You kept judging him by what he was, he said. But you never saw what he was becoming. No one responded. Like reality finally settling in after being ignored for too long. I stood up slowly. Not to prove anything. Not to win anything. Just to leave. I looked at them one last time. No one stopped me. No one spoke. This time, the silence wasn't mocking. It was heavy. Understanding had finally arrived, but too late to change the past. As I walked out, I realized something simple. Silence is never empty. It's just growth happening where nobody is watching. And by the time they finally see it, it no longer needs permission.